guys!
Sosajima. Why? Why? Boss? What's going on here? Why did Boss kill So? Shoko was killed around 5 p.m. Friday. What was Boss doing at that time?
Unknown.
What about Saturday, 8 p.m.?
The time Renju was killed? Similarly unknown.
Iris and Ota were killed at different times. I was watching the stream on the call with Boss.
Only the first few minutes. The polar bear had not yet appeared on stream. It is possible that she made the call from somewhere off camera.
Where was Boss's phone at the time? Check her cell records.
She did not call from a mobile phone. She used a PC. Using a VPN service, she could have accessed her Abyss PC from the warehouse and made the call.
Boss is the new Cyclops killer? Shoko, Renju, Iris, Ota, So. Boss killed them all?
The evidence makes that a likely possibility. So also had his left eye removed. Identical to Shoko, Renju, and Iris. Date, I know where the boss is. I have picked up her GPS.
Where?
She is now at the Saga residence. Somewhere inside Hitomi's house.
What? Hitomi! Hitomi! Iva, call Boss's phone.
On it. The boss's phone.
Oh shit.
Kaname Date, you were under arrest for murder.
What the hell?
Drop your weapon. Comply!
Boss?
Are you kidding me?
You're the new Cyclops.
What?
You put a gun to So's head and pulled the I saw it with my own eye.
Shut up! Shut up! I don't know. She was gone when I got here.
Why did you come here?
Why would I tell you? I could ask you the same thing. You killed Shoko.
That's ridiculous. What do you—
Don't lie.
This is going no...
Are you going to fight?
I have no choice.
I recommend against it.
Well then, what can...
Let me think. Date, what is that on the kitchen table? Could it be your favorite thing?
What?
The magazine.
You want me to look at a magazine now?
Just look!
It can't be. This is the stuff of legends. Only the most diehard fans have ever laid eyes on it.
Whoa! Limited edition!
Date, load Evolver with firebomb bullets. Shoot at the cloud.
Why?
Just do as I say, and fast. She is probably just unconscious. Her right shoulder and left leg suffered damage. But she...
A dust explosion, huh?
Thank you.
But you could have just had me throw the bag of flour.
That would have been too slow. To improve your reaction time, I had to improvise.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Hey, this is just a cooking magazine.
Boss is still unconscious. However, her brain waves are stable.
Date, you do know that.
Because I know that the boss is... I got the video from I processed it and found that which means there can be no mistake. After pulling out his left eye, that makes the odds of her being the culprit behind the other murder. Or maybe she had accomplices. That's why I am cooperating with you, Special. I want it as bad as you do. The truth. I had him put back behind bars.
In Fuchu prison.
That's right. I couldn't keep him here. She has broken her right shoulder, as well as the fibula of her left leg. But her brain is perfectly healthy. You can sync with her.
Computer, are the preparations done?
Ready anytime.
Let's get started.
Date.
I know. 6-minute time limit. I'll be back before time's up.
Well then, let's begin.
Loosen up.
Do you always have to come in like that?
It is of the utmost importance.
At a time like this?
Times like this are perfect. Anyway, it appears to be an abandoned factory of some kind.
What could Boss be hiding here?
Somnium scan! Activate! A rusted
Break the lock with that.
Roger. I will try. It worked!
All right, open it.
Several keys have fallen.
One of them must be the right one.
I do not have time to try all of them.
Hopefully there's some kind of sign.
Indeed.
Agent Date,
It's a key.
you've got 5 minutes.
The ice pick is next to this key. It appears to be correct.
That's what I said.
The tag is labeled A.
I was right. Give me some credit.
That must mean you can use this key for something labeled A.
Come on.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
A door that... Perhaps we can use the key I just picked up.
Yeah, try that.
It opened! Odd. Isn't this the 3rd floor? What is going on here?
Looks like the floors are connected in a weird way.
Quite the troublesome dream. A door.
That might have been a little much.
This is the second floor, but it is clearly not the door I just opened.
It's like a maze. I have to remember what door goes where.
Door C.
That might have been a little much.
Oh, we're on the second floor again.
We leave the second floor and come right back to it? This is confusing.
An oil. Oh,
Guess you should check that door.
You have 3 minutes, Dante.
arrested? It does not appear to be locked. This again.
So we can't just grab one. We have to be careful.
It's the key. The hands indicate. Is this the correct answer?
Saturday night at 8 matches Renju's estimated time of death.
D is written on the tab. The D.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
I will try the key.
Yeah,
It opened. This door too. A bro- Oh, it's just as I calculated.
you were surprised, admit it.
A rusted metal. I think I can open this door. This key has control panel.
Control panel?
Rows of... I believe this. It appears to. Rows of. There! Oh!
So?
I see. If we move the scaffold, a new route appears.
Okay, let's move it.
Rows of.
It shrunk.
Rows of.
Oh.
Nice. Rows.
It extended.
Now we can use the route to door B. Door D prime. Door. Door.
Less than 1 minute! Hurry!
Door C. Door B.
Ah, Dante! 30 seconds!
Door. Huh? The first floor. This is the first time we've been here.
That big door. If we can see what's in there, we'll figure something out.
An eye. Ready? This Somnium is awfully dangerous.
Hey, that door. Maybe we can open that one now. Check it out.
A rust. I'm going to open it.
That's... Iba, return to the control room on the 3rd floor.
At once!
What the hell is going on?
Date, what are you doing? 6 minutes are up!
Wait! His homie is...
Tate, you can't go any longer! Force shutdown!
No! I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killings. Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Sejima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body. But who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person. And that person is... Yes, you. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for—
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there. You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
I don't know where it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then, you got into Renju's, and got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So, who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cold storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body, inside her head.
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer. That was me.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite, the one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories. I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
What's going on here?
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
That's...
Regaining your memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to see this. Whichever fragment you cut, the whole is made. This is called a... Memories in the brain are similar. He is claiming that...
Parallel worlds exist.
Saito. Saito Sejima. Congressman Sejima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start? There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years. The two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with the sedative, then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies. And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces. I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house. Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am of course referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend, as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date. To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind. But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred. I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sajima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day. This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly? That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m. Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket. But then, something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out. Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep, synced, switched personalities, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick. I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old abandoned subway line. Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki. Then, I just... to harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you. That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they? I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date. You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you? That should explain it. Of course, I don't really care about... I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies. And for that...
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway. Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris. Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss. Their stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
Ah, the prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync. That kept them docile. Homicide is my hobby. I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you. It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing. This series of murders was like a journey for me, you know? Traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home. The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back. My body.
What?
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to...
Oh, my old body. How are you finding it, Date? That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it. They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but... the person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops killer.
That is what I believed as well. But we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned. Only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain. Pewter must have known that.
No way.
Let us determine the specific. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sajin,
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renj. And before that,
And before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year. I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital. But I still had those fragments of my mind left. Just as I explained earlier. From a single piece. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you. In there, in that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was, in other words...
That's... my real...
Sorry, but time is up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Aiba, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Computer! Contact headquarters! Now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my Date, I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens? Do you understand the gravity? A bomb is... or maybe you're just... You want to see what will happen when her flesh burns and... If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
Date!
See? I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Date?
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What? Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You're the one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it.
Be seeing you.
Date! Are you all...
Everyone's dead. I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted. Nothing.
Parallel worlds exist.
Could I have had
You're awake.
Damn it!
I don't think you can release yourself.
Well, do something about it.
What is it you expect me to do?
Come out of my eye socket and get this off of me!
I cannot.
Why not?
My body has short-circuited. It must have been the electric currents from earlier.
Gah!
But fortunately, my communication functions are still operational. I attempted to reach HQ and Abyss personnel for support.
And?
No response.
They ignored you?
There must be pressure from the higher-ups. Likely a result of Congressman Tsujima's interference.
He thinks I'm investigating Monika's case.
That is not the only reason. So Tsujima holds a personal... That is likely why Pewter is attempting to delete my data.
Are you okay?
For now. But if they breach my final layer of ice, I would cease to exist.
You're... Saito Tsujima.
Oh, so you figured it out.
Renju's body on the ground without his left eye. You were inside Renju, weren't you? Until just now? You used the machine to exchange minds, then got rid of his body.
Close, but you're a little off. I didn't get rid of the body. He died of natural causes. But what interests me more is you. How do you know you can use the sync machine to exchange minds? The way you're talking makes me think you know why I took out his left eye. The current. Did it unlock your memories? Then tell me, this body was originally...
Mine.
That means your body...
This is your body, isn't it, Saito?
Well, if you know that much, then this should be easy. Give me back my body. Don't worry, I haven't killed them. Yet.
Yet?
The brain you are currently occupying has an interesting quirk. It releases a flood of dopamine and endorphins when it kills. I thought I'd take that brain back before killing those two. In front of you, of course. Which is why I haven't killed them yet. Such beautiful eyes. I was going to begin the sync, but I think I've changed my mind. I want to see you mad. But what will really set you off?
If you don't shut your mouth right now...
All right, talking it is. What should I say? Do you have any questions for me? Oh, right. I put that there. When I was fixing Shoko's body on the horse, her phone fell out of her clothes. I forgot that I had given her one. I didn't want to take it with me, and I didn't want to toss it away. So, I decided to push it into the mouth of the horse.
The merry-go-round horse's mouth was hollow, which allowed the phone to fall down into its body.
I was still in Renju's body. My next target was Iris. If I asked her to come to the abandoned factory, I knew she would be skeptical, so I called her to Sunfish Pocket. I even video called her, but for some reason, she said no. This was around 5 p.m. I was still Renju, the president of Lemniscate. I didn't think I would have any trouble getting her to trust me, but...
Date, do you remember? Saturday evening after syncing with Mizuki, inside the Somnium, you thought you saw Iris's body, so you called her. The time was 4:52 p.m. You told her.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Lock the door and stay at home.
Iris didn't accept Saito's proposition if you did not want...
She would have been taken here.
I decided to pick her up and I thought that if she saw me in person. However...
You got in an accident around 6:10 p.m. and lost consciousness.
So unlucky. My plans were ruined. But my ultimate goal is still achievable. So it's all good. After the accident, my body was taken to Central Hospital. I regained consciousness just past 12 a.m. Sunday. The surgery was a success, but Renju's organs were in a horrible state. But I had somewhere to be. I left the hospital, rented a car, and headed to Iris's house.
I know what happened after that. You got to the Sagan household at 2 a.m. You pushed the intercom button.
He was sweating buckets and he came up to me with this begging look in his eyes. He said, "Come with me."
You got Iris to come with you. But when you tried to bring her here...
I got scared. I pulled my hand away and ran.
Oh, you know that too? But you're exactly right. I was planning to put her to sleep in the car, but I didn't have my drugs on me. The sleeping pills were inside Renju's crushed car. I was pushing my luck. My plan and my body were both in shambles. I'm sure the painkillers were affecting me as well. My mind was scrambled, and I couldn't think straight. I couldn't chase after her. I needed to sleep. I managed to make it back here and collapsed on the ground. Next thing I knew, it was the next day. I woke up around noon on Monday. Renju's body was about to expire. By Monday, Renju's body was almost completely dead. And of course, my consciousness as well. That's when I got a call from a Mr. Amanoma. The man you call Pewter.
The boss told me that number. Then, Renju asked.
When I heard that number 89, I came up with a plan. Iris trusts this number 89, this body. I thought I could use it to get to her. And there was another reason. I planned on eventually switching bodies with you. You and I would get our original bodies back. And after I do that, I will kill Iris in front of you while you're in this body. A rather nice plan if I do say so myself. That's why I asked Pewter to help number 89 escape. I wanted this body at all costs. I brought Rohan, who was inside number 89's body, to the abandoned factory. Rohan was my partner in the Cyclops serial killings 6 years ago. So naturally, we had a lot to talk about. But I didn't have much time left. Not to sound like a broken record, but Renju's body was almost done. It was completely useless at this point. So, I put Rohan to sleep and began the sync. As a result, this happened.
Renju.
It's just like I told you. He died of natural causes. Just mercenaries I hired. After I woke up Monday, I arranged the hit. They were expensive, but I had access to Renju's bank account. I paid them with his money. Of course, my intention was only to kidnap Iris. But after I got this body, I didn't really need them anymore. But they had already been paid good money, so I decided to leave the arrangements as they were. And then, Pewter. I told him about Iris and hiring the assassins. I told him he could use them for whatever he needed. And he acted on his own without consulting me. I called Iris about 24 hours ago. Tuesday at 1:40 a.m., I started a video chat with Iris. Long time no see. I'm sorry to call you out of the blue like this, but I need to see you. Iris got so excited that she dropped her guard. I told her where to meet, and she agreed right away. It was all according to plan. I knew that if I looked like him, she would do anything.
I've been looking for him for 6 years.
I see. That is why Iris...
So
You, Date. Number 89's current body was originally yours.
After Iris got into the car, I put her to sleep. I restrained her and called Hitomi.
I have your daughter. Don't call the police or she dies.
I used Iris to reel in Hitomi. And you. Thanks for being so cooperative. But you did drag your feet. I was getting tired of waiting. I was only 12, but I remember it vividly. On that day, 18 years ago, I heard my dad on the phone. I'm going to see Monica. I followed him. I got into a taxi and followed my dad's car. He went to the Harbor Warehouse District. I've only ever been happy when I was killing something. Before Monica, I would kill cats and pigeons. It was the only way I could feel happiness. The only way I could feel anything. But like a drug, I eventually grew a tolerance to it. Next, I'll kill a human. That's when I found out about Monica. That woman took my dad from me. And she stole all the happiness from my house. So I chose her as a target. I was born with a brain disorder. I can't secrete oxytocin from my pituitary gland. And I didn't have a mother. Not a real one, I mean. My mom died giving birth to me. So, naturally, my emotions toward my dad were complicated. Sometimes I think, if I didn't kill Monica, would things be different? Maybe the murders 6 years ago never would have happened. Me, you, Rohan. Maybe none of us would have gotten mixed up in this. And maybe Shoko Nadami never would have gotten killed. Isn't destiny a curious thing? One mistake can change so many lives. Sorry, I don't have anything else to say to you, and even I'm growing tired of seeing that twisted... So, shall we get started? Give me my body back. What a strange fake eye. Oh well. All right, it's ready.
This is the sink room. That was... Damn it, why can't I wake up? This doesn't look like footage from a surveillance camera. What? Am I? Damn, what is... What? Damn it, what i... Go to the sink. Go to... It's a sink. was he doing? Sinking. Again. This wasn't here. This is... blood. Damn. Oh. It's them. You're... It's just a mirror. You're... I touched it, but nothing happened. You're... Damn, nothing. You're... I can't. Damn it! That's it. do I do? What is this? Ah! That was... I did it! I did it! Oh, this feeling! I'm back. I got it all back! This fake eye is awful. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. I think I'll keep it. This prototype machine has a special function. The body I am transferring my consciousness into will receive a stim. You will be feeling it soon. Oh, like I told you earlier, my plan is to kill Iris and Hitomi in front of you. So I can't be killing you right away. You will watch them die, and then you will follow in their footsteps. You should be honored.
Ratty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit. Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win! Yay! Now you have to take the penalty. Up, side to side, up, down, pinch.
Iris, remember when you asked me what your stage name should be? How about ASAT?
It's pretty. I love it.
You see that flower over there? It's a very special flower that blooms in the cold. A winter iris. Just like the iris from Greek mythology.
She's the messenger goddess. And the goddess of rainbows, too.
That's right. That's why the iris means good news and hope.
Good news. Hey, Uncle. You met Mommy at this shrine, right? When am I gonna hear good news from you two?
What?
When will Uncle be my dad?
The Okonomiyaki War.
Iris drew it. She must have really enjoyed herself. She even said that she wanted to do it again soon.
Yeah, we should. We'll do it whenever she likes. Maybe even every day.
Oh, you. Every day?
Hitomi, do you want to live together, the three of us?
Are you sure?
What do you mean?
People are going to talk.
I don't care about that one bit.
Well then, hypothetically, what if Iris and I were being hunted down by a secret organization?
Well, I'd defend you, of course.
What if they're zombies?
Zombies?
Remember when we went to that haunted house and you were clinging to my arm?
Because it was dark and it came out of nowhere. But fine. I don't care if it's zombies or aliens or whatever else. I will defend you and Iris with my life.
Thank you. Well then, my answer is yes.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
This is...
You got it? I want you on this right away. If you could do it in 2, maybe 3 days, that would be great. Good luck.
I see. I hear some pretty crazy confessions in my line of work, but this one takes the cake. But don't worry, all right? You could have told me you were being attacked by Martians and I still would have believed you.
So, can you help me?
I do have one idea.
Huh?
Have you heard of the new investigation department, Abyss? I was put in command there. The sync machine is normally used to look inside someone's head, but it does have another function. You can technically use it to swap bodies.
Swap bodies?
Right. So if we use that...
What do you mean?
I mean, switch bodies with Rohan. The new you will be Rohan, chairman of the Kumakuras. Then you can send out an order. No one lays a finger on Hitomi and Iris.
What about Rohan? Won't he be in my body?
Just get rid of it, I guess.
Get rid of it?
You can take this opportunity to get rid of Falco once and for all. No one will know what really happened. No one will ever find out that a police officer was moonlighting as an assassin. It's 2 birds with 1 stone, right? All right. Leave everything to me. Hayato Yagyu.
Boss, how did you bring in Rohan Kumakura?
I made up some charges and had the cops take him in.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Because he's about to switch bodies.
All right. Rohan has been put to sleep. He will not be waking up for a while.
Remember, to get your consciousness to fully transfer.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Stay in Somnium for more than 6 minutes, right?
We're counting on you.
Let us begin. 3, 2, 1.
Stop!
You're...
It's me.
Rohan?
Did you forget your own idea?
Does that mean...
I'm Hayato Yagyu. The switch worked. And there's been a breakthrough in the case.
I know. You don't have to say it.
Regarding the Cyclops serial killings, right?
How did you know?
We can monitor what happens in the Somnium from this room.
We should ask him about it.
Good idea. When Rohan wakes up... Huh? What? Pewter, where is he?
How would I...
This is...
Hey, which way did...
Huh? Rohan standing right...
No! This...
Yagyu, where did he go?
Oh, he just left.
What?
Why didn't...
What do you mean? He said he wanted to leave. Did I...
No, don't...
Oh, hello. What are you doing here at this hour?
Such beautiful eyes.
Oh, stop. You're always flattering me. Anyway, come on in. I'll make us some tea.
You bastard!
No! Stop!
No.
Stop right there!
Everyone, look, Hitomi Sagan and her are untouchable. If any of you lay us, you don't want to know what'll happen. Are we clear?
Yes, sir!
Meet with Saito. Figure as long as you're like that.
What is it you want to talk about? Do you have someone in mind?
What'll it be? The fifth murder?
Hold on. Could you not refer to us like...
Why not?
I told you.
But that's our...
A name you even sent that letter with. You said it would throw off their investigation.
So there's no relation to Greek mythology?
What? You're the one who came up with...
How long has it been since we last met?
That's an odd question.
Humor me.
The first time we met was when I killed Monica, and my father asked you to deal with the... But we didn't so much as see each other for 12 years. Why are you asking me this?
What was the next time?
About half a year ago.
And what did I tell you?
You don't remember?
Remind me.
I remember you showed up rather You really want to kill... I'll find you target. Just let me keep... Then we both get what we'll make good... That was your idea. I don't understand why you're asking.
My idea.
Yes, you told me that you suffer from hemispatial neglect, that you can't recognize the right half of your vision. You always eat the left half of your meals. The same is true of the faces of those you've killed. You can't recognize faces out of your... Which means you can only see the right half of their faces. And that's why you pull their right eye. That's what you told me anyway.
Hey, Saito. Could you come with...
Where are we going?
There's a place I want to...
Really? The police station.
What are you doing?
You aren't the real I could tell as soon as you... Let's get a change of scene. Fortunately for you, I am... Mr. Kumakura showed me this place, so it's fitting that What a what? The truth serum is working beautifully. Wow. You got into that body with this... Fascinating. I want to see it for... The prototype sync machine. You there. Don't worry. Well, let's say you and I... All right, let's go.
What are you doing? Follow him!
You're... Saito Sejima? I guess not.
Huh?
Sorry, I just had a feeling. I heard that the prototype machine was stolen, so... We lost communication for a whole week.
Who are you?
Just as I thought. You've lost your memory. Alright, from now on, think of me as your boss.
Boss?
That's right. That's what you'll call me. Come with me. To where you belong. I managed to make a new family register for you. From today on, you have a new name and a new life. As a member of Abyss, the team I run.
You want me to be a police officer?
You were a policeman before, remember? You've already passed the exams. There shouldn't be a problem.
But the new me didn't pass.
That's fine, trust me. It won't be that congressman knows how to pull strings.
Who?
No one, never mind.
So what's my new name?
Kaname Date. I hope you like it.
Kaname Date.
Yep. Nice to meet you, Date.
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her the Artificial Intelligence Contained Special Agent Date. She will be your person.
How are you feeling? I've been waiting. I really want you to enjoy this. I need you to see it clear. You would know more about that than me, or do you not remember? You've been using other men's names.
It's Yagyu. Hayato Yagyu.
Yes, that's right. You're a Japanese native who worked as a police. Imagine. A police officer. I don't think the public would react. Heads would roll. Departments would fold. There would be shameful suicides. So your superiors decided that erasing every record of your existence was the preferable option. Hayato Yagyu and Falco, where he was known as Number 8, fitting for a man with no name.
Stop right there!
Six years ago, Rohan in Falco's body, but that didn't go very well. He was sent to trial. It only makes... Falco was an assassin. The title assassin makes it sound so clear. Life in prison was a light sentence as far as I'm concerned. You deserved. Consider yourself lucky.
What are you doing? Follow him!
After the sink 6 years ago, I became a parasite in Rohan's body. But I was broken. The sink only sent data to my brain piece by piece. But that error did allow me to escape prison.
No! Stop!
It was Rohan who was accused of injuring him. Naturally, I went for a violation of fire. However,
prosecution tried to get... It was determined that he was... Anyway, they decided...
you have a choice. Iris and Hitomi. Die before... I would of course prefer that you choose. It would be quite a lonely... So, I'll give you to the... 1, 2, 3...
No, wait!
Damn.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. But are you really Date?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Someone called Iba told me about it. It was weird. Was
Iba?
Where is she? I don't see her.
Inside his left eye socket. What's wrong?
Sorry, but take. Do it, Tessa and her mama, please.
Iris!
Date, do you like fireworks? I love them. A brilliant, glimmering frat. The flash begins as a perfectly... Human lives are the same, are they not? As is the universe itself.
Damn it! I can't get him in my sights. And I can't get any help from...
Blooming. And it's only a unique moment. That's what makes life.
Should I just risk it? But if I miss, I'll hit...
But I've spoken it. I will show you the scattering of its art. Perfect, beautiful art of a lonely moment in time. Don't blink. Well.
Damn it! What do I do? Mizuki!
You bastard! What do you think you're doing to Iris?
Tessa! I'm here to help!
Wait, Mizuki!
It hurts!
You!
Did you find him? Where the hell?
I'm fine. This is. Stop worrying about.
Don't worry about me.
Some girl named I heard.
About the mind swap. I heard it from Saito. Uncle, it's really you, right?
That's...
Date!
Hitomi?
Hitomi!
Damn it!
Mom! Iris!
It seems I have an even bigger audience now. That's fine. Having more spectators will be a... You all want... Oh. So you don't want... Fine. Date, I promise I'll put the... I'll even release...
He's lying!
Don't do it!
Throw down your gun. Ah, You don't intend to...
Date.
You want to shoot me, then do it. But you have to kill me. If you don't, and I will blow this woman's brains into the sky. What will it be, Date? What will you do? Well done. However, you have to throw your... You have... If that weapon is... And one more thing. If any of you... Let's speak. Ready? 15...
Date, look! It's that girl I told.
Aiba.
Date, as I mentioned previously, the surge of electricity I cannot administer. However,
Huh?
self. Let us determine a code. Command 41205. If you issue this command, I will detonate.
No, that's still too dangerous. The number will be the first lock. If I give you the second command...
What is the second?
How about if I tell a lie?
A lie.
Something that's not the... If I say something untrue...
Is your data stored?
Unfortunately, I'm speaking to you.
Then...
Correct. I will be destroyed.
10,
Say it, Date.
6,
Date.
2... You are Do I look like the... Now you get to... If you didn't drop your gun, it would have... You understand? After I dispose of this woman... I can't believe... Fortunately for you... Yes. Watch this woman die. See her brain burn like fireworks.
Aiba,
Yes,
we don't have a choice.
I know.
Command 41205.
Okay.
I... I hate you, Aiba. I hate you, and I never want to see you again.
Second command confirmed. I understand.
Be seeing you.
Has Aiba always been in your left eye?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you'd be jealous.
Huh? Thank you so much, Uncle.
No, don't thank me. Thank my partner.
Mr. Falco. It is you, Falco. Right?
You shouldn't call me that. I am Kaname Date, MPD, Special Investigation Team Abyss. Sinker.
Uncle, your left eye.
Oh, this? It's just a prosthetic. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, good. You know, if we had some fishing line and gum...
I never thought you'd be an offering box thief.
No, you've got it all wrong. I swallowed a goldfish. I'm trying to get it out by swallowing some fishing line.
Are you sure your brain is fully recovered?
These statues are supposed to be inspired by sphinxes from Egypt that went to India, then China, then all the way to Japan.
Really? I didn't know that.
You've been looking at that rope for a while. Why is that?
No reason.
I replanted it.
What? Huh.
Is something wrong?
No, I just felt like I heard someone talking.
What? Praying mantis!
What are you doing?
Praying mantis fist! Mizuki taught me.
Do you know what it says?
When listening to music on your smartphone with wireless earphones, you must be sure it is properly synced with your device. And that's what it says.
That is absolutely not what it says.
As you can see, I'm great. Hop, hop, kangaroo goes hop.
I'm glad the surgery went well.
Yeah. The nanomachines went pew pew and bzz bzz and got rid of all the tumors. At least, that's what I think they sound like. I don't know, they're small. Anyway, everything is fine now. The doctor even said I can dance again.
That's the most important thing.
All thanks to the boss. She paid for the treatment. Can you believe it? Maybe I owe it to the shrine. I feel like I ate the fruit of immortality in a dream somewhere.
Then I guess you're immortal, huh?
We'll see 50 years from now. The way you are now is more familiar for me anyway, so... My old uncle is back, you know? Besides, I don't care what you look like. You're always uncle to me. Isn't that how it should be? To judge by our hearts and not by our appearance?
So I'm really that ugly, huh?
No. It's a rugged kind of handsome. Because of the memories. I wanted to come here with Uncle again.
Ratty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit. Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win! Yay!
By the way, I still don't have the answer to my question.
What question?
When am I gonna hear good news from... When will Uncle be my...
Well, let's get going.
Yeah, we still have a lot of people to see.
We also have to get home. Shovel Forge.
If you try it, I'm leaving.
I'm kidding. But we do have a date, don't we? The date we had 3 months ago isn't over yet. So let's go!
I'm glad you finally got out of that hospital.
Thanks, boss. Boss, you visited me a lot when I was in the hospital, didn't you? You're softer than you look.
What do you mean by that? Do I not radiate an aura of gentleness and caring?
You literally called me a slave before.
But I didn't treat you like a slave. Other than sometimes making you clean my boots with your tongue.
You did, Date?
I absolutely did not.
Still thinking about her, huh?
No, not exactly.
Well, doesn't surprise me. You two were great partners.
I want to ask you something. 3 months ago, when we I look like I do now. I wasn't in Date's body, but Iba still obeyed me.
Second command confirmed. I understand.
You're underestimating the Wadjet system.
Huh?
Iba was no ordinary AI. She was human in so many ways, including the ability to see and think beyond the physical. She didn't need your voice or iris authentication or anything. She knew the real you, and regarded you as her master. That's why she followed your command, despite looking completely different. I think, maybe, she knew your soul, Date. Why are you asking? You see me every day.
Are you gonna go to the club later?
Interested? But you're still a bit too young. I'll take you when you're older. Promise.
Boss, I gotta ask. Why didn't you tell me about what happened 6 years ago?
Well, when Shoko's corpse was found, I didn't think it had anything to do with the Cyclops killer. I thought the culprit was Rohan Kumakura, remember? And he committed suicide a year before. I never thought that he was swapping bodies. And the other person responsible for the original Cyclops serial killings was locked up in Fuchu, making it impossible for Saito or Rohan to be involved. So, I didn't tell you. Besides, the sync machine being used to swap bodies is a national secret. I was ordered to never reveal that information to anyone under any circumstances.
So that's why you kept me in the dark?
Yeah. By the way, Date, I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Close your eyes. Don't worry, it's just some knockout gas.
What?
You're going to experience something incredible. That's my present to you.
Why?
Shh. Sweet dreams, Date.
This is the sync room. computer? Was it, Kaniza?
It's Kagami! Kaniza, where did you even get that from? Only the first 2 letters are the same. Literally 2/3 of the name is totally different. I heard. Plastic surgery, right? Must have been a really bad wound to have to remake your whole face like that. But it looks like it worked at least. I did not. But I did use the sink chair.
For what?
Something. Don't worry, she's with the boss. She's safe. Am I not allowed to be here?
Of course not. You should have been arrested 3 months ago.
Yes, I was arrested. I'm eating awful meals every awful day in an equally awful detention facility.
Then how are you here?
I wonder.
Don't act dumb.
Date, it's okay. Boss brought him here.
She did? Why?
She told us not to tell you.
Huh?
Anyway, I'm sort of like his handler now. I'm supposed to be an inspector, but I was the only person qualified for this job. Kinda pathetic, isn't it? Everything that the boss did, ask her about it. She truly cares about you, you know. That's why she kept silent about what happened 6 years ago.
Huh?
You were once an assassin. If your secret ever got out, your life would be effectively over. But the boss protected you by hiding your past. I don't think she wanted you to leave her alone. Now, who is she to you? Anyway, now that this is done, I'll excuse myself.
Iris, what happened to Boss?
She went home. She said she needed to do something in Kabukicho.
She left?
Anyway, forget about that. Let's play!
Play.
Shovel Forge.
I see your face has improved. This one doesn't make me so angry. What did you come here for?
I want to ask you something.
That's a strange question to ask a man in his own home.
I just thought prison would suit you better.
Don't you know the law?
Even though we both know you committed a crime.
Indeed. And I was not the one who killed Monica Iwai. That was my son, Saito.
But you hired the Kumakuras to hide the body.
The statute of limitations for improper handling of a corpse. I did what I did to protect my son. I hardly think that is a sin. Are you familiar with Article 105 of the Penal Code? Relatives of those who have committed crimes cannot be prosecuted for evidence tampering or obstruction of justice.
That's ridiculous.
I agree. If I were still a congressman, I might think about changing it.
That's right. You're not a politician anymore. The media has already begun tearing you to pieces.
Yes. Soon I won't be able to live in this country anymore. I'll retire to an island somewhere and live the rest of my days in leisure.
Be careful, so. There are a lot of people out there who have a grudge against you. People who will follow you to the ends of the earth.
That that's none of your concern. Is that all you wanted to... Do you recall the conversation that my secretary got a call from? That is true. I did get that call.
I know. You spoke with number 89, didn't you?
I did.
What did you talk about?
He told me this. A woman named Shoko Nadami knows what happened 18 years ago. Contact her.
And you called her phone?
Yes. I can't say exactly. The only thing he said was, I realized everything when Shoko arrived. I have to see her again. I had no idea what he was talking about.
By the way, did you ever meet number 89?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever see his face?
No. Why?
No reason. Because of the woman you call boss. 6 years ago, she came to me and explained the whole thing.
You know about the Cyclops serial killings? The culprit is your son, Saito Sejima. But you already knew that, didn't you?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying we should make a deal. You give me one thing, and I promise none of this will be released to the public.
What is it?
Leave Saito with us. Tell anyone who asks that Saito is soul-searching on a trip around the world or something. Do we have a deal?
I didn't have much of a choice, of course. If I refused, Saito's crimes would be exposed and my political career would be over. Besides, I never held much love for him in the first place. She was practically doing me a favor. So, of course, I said yes. And in doing so, I was able to learn a secret of the Metropolitan Police Department. It worked quite nicely for me.
I've been studying for the past 3 months. I've learned a lot about the explosion of the chemical plant in Kawasaki. It was caused by you and Rohan, the chairman of the Kumakuras at the time.
As you know, my son Saito was abnormal, with all of the awful things that my son did. I used my money to cover it up, but that got increasingly expensive, you see. One day, 9 years ago, Saito called me.
Dad, I thought of a plan. A foolproof plan to make us rich.
The chemical plant explosion plan to help ensure that the casino in Kabasaki would be extraordinarily profitable.
It was Saito's idea.
True. My son was born with an abnormal mind. But if I had never been involved with Monica in the first place, perhaps he wouldn't have ended up losing control completely. As soon as he drove his knife into Monica, something awakened in him. In the end, that's what led to his destructive, violent plan.
You sound like you're blaming yourself.
Perhaps.
Well, I'll be seeing you, so.
I very much doubt that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, damn. I left Iris waiting. She might be angry. I gotta get back to her soon.
Iris, didn't you say you were going to see everyone who visited you at the hospital today?
Yes, Mom. I still have some people to see. But Uncle really wanted to come here.
I said no such thing.
Come on, don't be shy. There are a lot of things you want to talk about, right? Come on, just do it. Uncle, you're...
Hot, 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 hot!
You said the same thing 6 years ago. You don't change. I caught you 6 years ago doing the same thing.
Ah, you saw that.
Thank you. This is all thanks to you, Falco.
No, I didn't do anything. Also, that name.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Date. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart.
Who cares about me? Talk to her. That's what you came for, right?
They were my best friends. We would always go to this little coffee shop after school. They had this old game machine there. It looked like a table, and it was about shooting invading aliens or something like that. We talked about all sorts of things sitting there. Our love lives, our potential careers, things we didn't like about our teachers. It was their idea that I become a teacher, you know? They told me that teaching elementary suited me perfectly. Those were such fun times. Things have calmed down, thanks to you. The school has changed, but being a teacher hasn't.
No! Stop!
If this is about my arm, don't worry about that. You tried to defend me. I know that.
You're too nice, Mom. I will never forgive you. You have to take responsibility.
Iris.
No, let me talk. Uncle will be your right arm. That's how he can make it up to you. Maybe not now. It might take some time, but I'll be waiting. One day Uncle will stand on Mom's right side, and we can go wherever we want, the three of us. To the ocean, a river, an amusement park, barbecues, and we can make okonomiyaki.
Where's that hot plate I bought?
On the shelf.
And I'm gonna need a raincoat.
Hey, that's cheating!
You're planning on being covered in flour?
Of course, that's why it's fun.
Moi? I am merely a taxi driver, my good man.
Have we met?
Well, let me see. No, I don't think we've ever crossed paths. I have an excellent memory. I usually remember my customers, but I cannot place your face. I have an appointment to wait upon a young celebrity. I was told to wait here.
Excuse me?
You might not remember, but 3 months ago, I called to ask you about Renju, and you told me about Sunfish Pocket. You really helped me out. Thank you.
Okay. You want to go to a Tommy with me?
But Tommy, I want to rub them. Oh, I could rub them all day.
What?
You're too curvy, tight.
Oh, my shoulders. Oh my god, thank you. I've had so many knots lately. Ugh, perfect timing. Go ahead. I'd love a shoulder rub.
Hold me! Hold me tight! Hold me tight! Oh, my good fellow, feeling a bit worse for wear, are you? Worry not, I shall embrace you.
No, not you!
That's an old Yankichi Cinema video.
Oh, Yankichi Cinema!
That's like so rare.
Who?
How do you all know who that is? Yo! Yeah!
You wanna fight me?
Hello, how are you?
Creepy old man.
Nothing, huh?
Uncle wants to know how you've been lately. You don't know? Even though we live together? Of course you don't know, because we barely talk. Even after you've officially adopted me, you don't have any sense of responsibility. That's what she said. Uncle wants to know if you're going to graduate soon. So what if I am? Just buy me a new junior high uniform and hire a tutor. I want to go to a good school and a new smartphone and a new iron pipe. That's what she said. Uncle wants to know why you're here. No particular reason. Am I not allowed to be here? I inherited Daddy's stock at Lemniscate. This is my company now. Isn't it natural that I'd be here? That's what she said. Can you cut this out already? What happened?
Breakfast this morning. I made the eggs over easy.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not so bad.
No, that's not it. I made the eggs over easy, and then Date...
How can I eat eggs like that? I want my eggs over well, burned to the pan on the bottom and chewy on top.
Why don't you just eat an eraser?
An eraser would taste better than what you served.
You shouldn't say that about Mizuki's cooking. That's mean. You're in the wrong here, Uncle. Why don't you be honest and apologize?
Mizuki is the one who should be honest. I'm like her hero.
What?
When I was in the hospital, you were crying like a baby. Oh, I can't live without Dante. That's what you said.
No, I didn't. And you were never in the hospital.
Yes, I was. Was I not?
Anyway, why don't you just make up already?
If Date keeps his promise, I will.
Promise?
The stew? You said you would take me.
Oh, that. Yeah, not yet. Okay, fine. Soon, okay?
You promise?
Promise.
Good. I'm glad you two are being civil again.
Anyway, should we head out, Iris?
Yeah. All right, Mizuki. See you soon.
See you.
I am seriously so happy for you, Tessa.
It's thanks to you, Ota. If you didn't help me back then.
No, really, I didn't do much. I just risked my life to save you. It's a total exaggeration to say that I'm literally
Ota told me. Plastic surgery, right? I kind of like this face. More than the other one.
You're good at your job.
Please come again.
What is that?
The Sea King and a mermaid start eating the eel from both ends.
When you finish eating, your lips touch. It's a meal for perverts, basically.
So far, no one's ever been able to do it.
Which girl do you like?
I don't judge on appearances. It's what's here that matters.
Aww.
The tits!
No, wrong. Shadows.
Thread, silhouette, ASAT.
Fears.
Upset, regret, ASAT.
Water.
Wet, sweat, ASAT.
ASAT, you bet! I can't believe you remembered that, Uncle. I'm so happy.
I said most of it. What?
A rocking chair?
Nope. The correct answer is a love seat. With me and Tessa in it.
What?
Will you marry me?
No.
I've been doing good. I'm delivering newspapers in the mornings, working as a janitor during the day, and writing at night. I might just be the hardest working 20-something in Japan.
I don't know about that.
Really, though. I've got to be, like, in the top 3 in Tokyo alone. I'm actually exhausted right now. But I can't look tired in front of Tessa. Anyway, how are you?
I guess I'm alright.
Your left eye...
It's fake. I can't see anything out of it. And it doesn't talk.
Huh? I see. So, Aiba? What a tragedy.
A tragedy?
Yeah. She was so cute. What a waste.
Ah, that's why.
If she were real, I would marry her.
You would not survive the attempt.
What do you mean?
Ota, what are you saying? In front of Iris?
Oh, Tessa, I was kidding.
It's fine, I don't care.
Thank goodness.
I don't think that's what she means.
Well, Ota.
Aw, you're going already?
I can see you anytime I want, right? At Matsushita Diner?
You'll come?
Yeah, I want you to make me your omelet rice again.
Awesome.
Oh, Tessa! Your surgery went well, didn't it? Ota told me all about it. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh, who is this?
Oh,
I'm close friends with Ota, ma'am.
Is that right? Thank you for taking care of my boy.
You're the nurse from Central Hospital.
Well, yes. Have we met?
why are you here?
I came to deliver Mayumi's medication. The pharmacist sent me. I belong to the Association of Nurse Actresses. I got a call from my director this morning. They're giving me more lines. I used to have a bit part during the opening scene, but now I have lines at the end too. I'm really happy about that.
That's wonderful, sweetie.
Hanayo Nasu. It will be Hanayo Yogano next month.
You're getting married?
Yes.
That is so wonderful.
Thank you.
Ota? That boy is a handful of trouble, I tell you.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's right. Ota can be really heroic and brave when the time calls for it.
Oh, you're praising my boy. Maybe I should give you a meal on the house. I visited her in the hospital. Ota brought me.
Yeah, I remember.
I was so charmed by her.
No, stop. You're making me blush.
I had no idea she was such a nice girl.
You thought I was a witch or something before, right?
Don't remind me. I was so awful to you. But now I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
It's doing great thanks to you. The lunch rush is always crazy. My husband and I are working hard. We never get any time to rest.
Well, let's get going.
Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you for helping my son. He needs friends like you.
Date, let me tell you something. God exists. When Tessa was in the hospital, I prayed to this shrine every day. And guess what? My prayers worked. God must have been listening.
Are you crying?
No, dumbass. I don't cry. I don't.
Yeah, you're crying.
Thank you, God. Thank you for saving Tessa. Anyway, what are you doing here?
Someone wanted to see you when she left the hospital.
Tessa, you didn't have to come see me.
I really wanted to see you.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, of course. I am here.
Shut up! None of your business! I lost a lot of weight, okay?
You look like you're dying.
I'm not!
You really should see a doctor.
Oh, Tessa. Believe it or not, I am a doctor.
Seriously?
Yeah, he doesn't look like it, but he really is a doctor.
They come to me when they don't want to go to a real hospital.
So...
Yeah, he's our mob doctor.
Why would I tell you?
I want to know too.
I'll tell you. My name is Yogano.
He lost all that weight because of a girl.
Boss!
Yeah, some nurse at Central. Nasu, I think.
Really?
Huh. Never would have thought.
Check me out, dude! Hang 10 dudes!
That's a surfer.
That's a real big contact lens.
That's an ashtray.
Uncle, let's make our date exciting until the end, okay? We wouldn't want to get too tangled up together.
You're right, we wouldn't.
Wait a minute. Date?
Hey, Iris, about these lanterns.
Yeah?
Is there anything a candle reminds you of?
Is it a dick?
No, come on, you weren't supposed to say it.
Do I look alright?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard you got plastic surgery. You look better than before. It suits you.
Injury?
You got shot 3 months ago.
That was just a scratch. Didn't even hurt. I'm all good now. Don't talk to me about that guy anymore. I know he was a murderer, a real piece of shit. But we were brothers. I can't be mad at him no matter how much he deserves it. But I can't just forgive him either, you know? So I figure, fuck it. It's better to just forget about him.
Wedding.
Dress! Bless! Tessa!
Imaging.
Compress. Process. Tessa!
Crime.
Redress, transgress, Tessa!
The net idol superstar!
Tessa!
A set, you bet!
Wow! That's really cool!
What did you do to these guys?
Just a little propaganda. Sun up to sundown, I made them watch your videos, Tessa. They got addicted!
Tessa! I'm so honored to meet you. Is it okay if I shake your hand?
You bastard! What makes you think you're good enough to touch her hand?
It's fine, it's just a handshake.
Yes! So soft.
What?
He fainted.
Too much excitement, I guess.
Anyway, sorry to bother you, Moma.
Date, wait! Before you go, I have one favor to ask.
Oh boy, here it comes.
This is hard for me to get out, but...
Yeah, spare me. You want to see Iris's panties, right?
Panties? I never asked for something like that.
Then what do you want?
Puff puff.
I'm sorry?
I want Tessa to puff puff me. You know what I'm saying? Just shove my face in there. Just...
Are you kidding me? You know what? Fine, I'll ask.
Dante, you're a real friend.
All right, close your eyes.
Yeah. Like this?
Good, yeah, stay still. Do not open your eyes, okay?
Promise.
You ready?
Yes!
Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Dante! I've never felt so alive! All these shitty years of my life have been worth it for this moment!
Boss?
Let's go.
I don't know what's going on, but okay.
This is amazing! I am living!
Dante, honey, who is this?
Have I not introduced her before?
I'm Iris Sagan. Nice to meet you. I'm a net idol from Lemniscape.
A virgin?
Hmm?
I'm just saying, sweetie. You look like you don't know a lot of men.
And what about you, Mama?
Me? I'm a fairy godmother, honey. Because I associate with fairies and am an older, motherly woman. Wait a minute. Who are you calling old?
You are. You're So's bodyguard.
Who are yous? Don't matter. Talking about So? Quit that gig a long time ago.
You quit?
Yeah. That guy fucking sucks. I punched him in the face and quit.
You're drunk, aren't you?
I'm not drunk.
From the look of you, you're pretty good at hiding it.
Mama! Tits! Oops. I meant tip. I got a big tip. If he gives me one more drinky.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No. No.
Oh, you're lucky I'm in a good mood. Fine. One more round, okay?
Yay!
This? It's not bonito.
Then what is it?
Part of the man who cheated on me. I chopped him up and dried and smoked the flesh.
You're joking, right?
Am I? As you can see, I'm a little tight, honey.
How could I see that?
You want to?
I do. I want to see.
Do you even know what she's referring to?
Huh?
I can't say much. The public thinks our Ren killed Shoko. And then number 89 busted out of jail and killed Ren. And then he goes and commits suicide by blowing up his own head. That's what all the news reports have been saying. I know there's more to it than that, but... Spare me, honey. I don't want to hear it. If I hear the truth, I'm only going to have more questions. There are a lot of things that don't quite add up. Date's face, for one thing. Looking exactly like number 89. They say that your face got hurt real bad in the explosion. They had to put you under the knife for plastic surgery to save you. Your face turned out like that by chance. That's what happened, right? Tell me it is. If it's anything more complicated than that, I will lose my mind.
We should head out.
Yeah.
Oh, leaving so soon?
Don't worry, I'll be back as long as you have information for me.
Oh, enough work. You should come in sometime for pleasure, honey.
Sure, Mama. See you soon. Iris, why did you want to come here? Haven't you seen everyone you wanted to already?
Yeah! Thank you for today. It was a lot of fun.
Is the date finally over?
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Not just for today, but for everything. 6 years ago, you helped me and my mom, and I'm so grateful for that. Will you close your eyes for me, Uncle?
You want me to close my eyes?
Yeah, please?
Wait. You want me to close my eyes? Do you?
And just do it, quick! I'm so nervous, I'm shaking.
Oh, man. Oh, no. No, it's happening. All right.
Okay, open them!
What?
It's been a long time, Kaname Date.
At a time like this, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. You are, that is, who are you again?
You haven't changed. You're still an idiot.
You idiot, I thought you died. I was worried about you.
Pardon, but you were the one who issued the self-destruct order.
Anyway, I want to know something. The number, 41205. There must be something to it.
It does not. It is only my favorite number.
Your favorite number? I see. Oh, sorry. I hear everything Iva says over this earpiece. I think I understand the meaning behind her number.
What does it mean?
Iris, do not tell him.
Uncle, think of the alphabet. What's the fourth letter?
A, B, C, D. It's D.
And the first?
A.
And the 20th? And the 5th?
I see.
Allow me to explain. I, or everything that constitutes my I, disappeared completely 3 months ago, including all of my backup data. However, fragments of my data were being secretly uploaded to cloud servers around the world for years. By downloading and decoding these fragments, I was able to regenerate my memories and consciousness. It was the Wadjet system that brought me back to life. That system is responsible for proliferating my data. Wadjet is like a mother to me, and she protected me as her child. And I am forever grateful to my mother. Never underestimate the power of Wadjet. To be exact, I am not here. You are seeing an augmented reality virtual projection of myself. My physical self is...
In my left eye?
yes.
How did you get in there?
I see you have not become any more astute in my absence. Think carefully.
Everything that the boss did, she did for you.
At Abyss, when I lost consciousness.
Yes. Pewter embedded me in your eye socket.
I knew the whole time. Boss told me about the plan to restore Iba. I wanted it to be a surprise for you, so...
Is this my thank you?
Yeah, but it's not over yet.
Huh? Anyway, Iba. Welcome back.
Glad to be back. I'm home.
Well, now that Iba has risen from the dead, I think we should celebrate with a dance number!
A what?
Hit it!
Teacups that are flying, on maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying. This old tale of mine, a journey through time. A permanent fire, cold frost on the pyre. Fruit never expires. You've seen in your eyes. You've seen in your life. While the old bow their heads, while the blind meet the blind, the marble loses shine. The eye clouds by design, but we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth. That if we believe we can make miracles. Even with the devils of time against you, never let the fire fade in you. See the golden goddess with wings of rainbows set sail through the night sky to embrace you. Resist, allow your heart to take you. Never let this merciless world erase you. Passing down the light of the torch to guide you, and you shall be bathed in light. A punch to the forehead, my kick like a warhead. You're pinned on the floor spread. I'm queen of this brawl, and I'll show you all.
I don't wanna hide it, that's what I decided. I can't live divided, I know I was wrong. I love you long.
While they all lose their way and forget about faith,
While the rain turns to ice, their hearts lock like a vice.
but we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth.
The fires of love can warm any heart. Resist, your dreams are worth defending. Fight on, your will is unbending. See through the void in your eye, unblinking. The pyramid of your mind unending. Revolt even with death impending. Live on, dream through space, rending. Walking with the spirit of hope beside you, and our hope shall never die. The fires of love will never die.
I'm who they say is the best detective.
Although without me he's ineffective.
That's it, we're done, I'm walking out of here.
I know.
Welcome back.
shine the eye clouds by design. While we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth, that if we believe we can make miracles. Even with the devils of time against you, never let the fire fade in you. See the golden goddess with wings of rainbows set sail through the night sky to embrace you. Resist, allow your heart to take you. Never let this merciless world erase you. Passing down the light of the torch to guide you, and you shall be bathed in light. The invincible rainbow arrow.
By the way, everyone, the reason you can see me right now is because I'm projecting
Oh my
myself on
goodness.
special
I'm all
technology.
warmed up over that. This is really
You
bad.
call me a fridge one more time!
You will not find your body. Oh, I'm kidding, Dante, honey. I love you. Kisses from Mama.
Sounds fun.
Hey, set, you bet! Teacups that are flying, on maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying, this old tale of mine. A journey through time. A permanent fire, cold frost on the pyre. Fruit never expires, you've seen in your eyes. You've seen in your mind. While the old